I caught my wife watching another man's laser engraving channel. I know it's disturbing, but there is a silver lining. She tells me this fella Matt over at Cornelius Creations, and I'll put a link down in the description, that he inspired her to get me this xTooL F1 Ultra that is a dual 20-watt fiber and diode laser. So I hope he gets a whole bunch more new stuff, and she keeps watching and she keeps buying me stuff. I like new stuff for the shop. So the video that I saw her watching, Matt was working with some Christmas ornaments, some glass Christmas balls, and he was engraving on those. So I went on the hunt for some. I found these at Walmart, but there's nothing on or in this box that says what these balls are made of. But I have spent quite a bit of time in Italy and seen blown glass, and it looks like blown glass to me, probably with a machine in this case. But I also dropped one, and it looks like glass to me. It appears to have a metallic paint on it, and then it's got this burnt orange. So we're going to try that. Now, I know Matt will never see this video, but I truly do hope he gets a bunch more new stuff. So we're going to jump on the PC, and we're going to use xTooL Studio to control this laser. And xTooL Studio in September became the replacement for xTooL Creative Space. And going forward, that's the only software that xTooL will update. Now, xTooL Creative Space will continue to work for some of the older machines, but xTooL Studio will control every machine. My first xTooL machine was an M1, so I should be fine with it. I haven't tried it yet. In fact, I haven't used it in quite a while. I've been pretty busy. So as we go forward, I'm going to learn, and I'll post some xTooL Studio tutorials. I'm not abandoning Lightburn. I still got old Faithful here, my 40 watt, that I'll keep right on cooking with Lightburn. Now, when my wife saw these ornaments, she was pretty impressed, and she asked if I thought I could do it. So I told her I did know how to turn the machine on and connect it to xTooL Studio. So that's where we're going to start. Let's get right to it. So the laser is calibrated where the blue diode side and the red fiber side are together. And you can see that there's two dots. So when you raise something off of the surface to engrave on it, you have to manually focus to get those two dots back together. Now, of course, this is round, and you can buy some fancy holders to hold it in place, but I don't like to spend money unless I absolutely have to. So I'm going to use a Teflon tape outer cover and set it here. Matter of fact, I will flip it over, and then we're just going to put the ball in with the top pointing toward the back of the laser. And then we'll get this centered and we'll get it framed up. But we're just going to get those two dots back together. There's a control panel, and I've done an unboxing video and a setup video, and I'll put links to both of those down in the description. But we want to get those two dots together, and then there we are. So we're going to hop into xTooL Studio, and then we'll upload a graphic and get this set up to run. All right, so I got Chat GPT to generate an image, and then I pulled it into Lightburn and created this vector. Now, like I said, I don't know much about xTooL Studio, but I will learn. So I was able to import right over here, right here. After starting a new project, you can see top right, we've got the xTooL F1 Ultra selected. And I'm going to use the same settings that Matt used at Cornelius Creations, which is 60% power, 1800 millimeters per second, one pass, and lines per centimeter, 300. So we're not actually engraving into the glass. So it's selected blue light. So the F1 will check the material and make a determination, but you can also, you can change it between fiber and diode. So we're going to go with this. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to refresh the background. Maybe. There we go. And then we're just going to line this up. So we're setting it here. Let me make sure this other video is still rolling on this setup to the side. I've got to get used to recording in a whole different way. I've got to use 2 or 3 cameras, and I'll figure it out, folks. So y'all stick with me and we'll figure it out. So on the control panel, I can select frame. I'm going to raise this up so you can actually see the frame. There we go. So that's where it's going to go. I'm going to cut off frame. I'm going to make this a little larger. And it does give, xTooL Studio does give alignment tools. And hopefully that's good right there. I'm going to hit the framing button again. Still looks kind of small, but I don't know. Let me make it a little bit bigger. We'll see. Either it'll do it or it won't. If you make it too big, and like I said, I did watch the Cornelius Creations video, it would take Merry Christmas if you go too large, and it will distort it a little bit. Or it can do it on the bottom, anywhere around the outer edges. So let's try that, hitting frame again. All right, so I'm going to call that good, and we will see if this works. Close that lid, and hey, we're just going to try it, folks. It does have an auto measure. I did do that. I had tried to measure this Christmas ball myself and came up with 90 millimeters, but the auto measure, you can see, has it at 111.6. So we're going to go with what it says, and I'm going to hit the process button down here in the bottom right. And then it's going to tell me to pull down this cover, which we did. And I'm going to hit start. And now I need to hit the button. I'm hitting the button, and then you'll see on this other camera what it does. I'm going to step back just in case it blows up. Okay, we'll let that smoke clear a little bit and see what kind of damage we done. It took 1 minute, 37 seconds, but it's because it was an engraving, and I did keep making it larger because, I didn't know how to frame it right. I've got this, that's a pretty bad smell, but I've got it vented out through the homemade box for my 40 watt, and then I was able to turn on the fan for the 40 watt and pull that smell on out. So let's open it up and see what we got. See how it got distorted up top? So I'm going to do this again on the other side, and I'm going to move this down a little bit. I don't want to leave you hanging with some half done Christmas ball. And I don't think it's glass either. It's making, it's making the image, but I don't think it's a glass ball. I don't know. I'll get some more and we'll go nuts with it. I've moved it, so I'm probably going to have to do the auto measure again. I'm just telling it's finished. And I'm going to go back and auto measure again. Says it's done. And I'm going to make this image a little smaller. And I'm going to move it down a little bit. And then we will try this again. I'm going to figure this out, folks. So if y'all stick with me, we will learn. See, now I see the cross line. So it's a complete crosshairs like it is in Lightburn. And if I knew what I was doing, probably could have saved us that. So I don't know if I should try using the fiber for this, but probably not. So we're just gonna do it again with it realigned and see what we can get. Close the lid and click in process again. And here we are with the start again. This time it says it's going to take 1 minute 17 seconds. And it is ready to go. And I'm not going to stand here and act like I'm an expert, because I am not an expert. I'm learning just like everybody else. And I hope what I'm fumbling through is helpful. I'm hitting the button on the control pad, and there we go. All right, let's take another look, see if it's any better. And it is. So this actually is a glass ball. I'm going to try to shine a light inside. And there we go. You can see the light on the inside. So that's good, I guess. Like I said, I know almost nothing about the F1 Ultra or xTooL Studio, but I'm going to learn, and I'm going to keep sharing, and we can learn together. And if you have questions, please ask them. If I don't know the answer, it causes me to research and it helps me to learn, and I appreciate it. So if this was helpful, please like and subscribe, share, comment. It's all appreciated. It helps the channel grow, keeps me out of the shop where I truly love to be. So I thank you folks for watching. Just check back often for new videos. You folks take care, and we'll see y'all next time. Thank you.